Hi loves, it's Lois Ada. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach us how to cut and sew a simple baby girl dress step by step. If you love simple and clear sewing tutorial, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. So for us to cut this blouse, we are going to cut the bridle first before the lace, okay? So we have the first pieces we have on the table, which is having the zipper allowance line of 1.5. So that is going to be our center back panel. While we have the one that is folded into two, we are going to use it for the front panel. So we use the hip circumference to fold our fabric. Our hip is 28 divided by 4, which gave us 7 inches, plus 2 inches seam allowance, which gave us 9 inches. So we have the full length to be 19 inches, so I had to mark the 19 inches. This 19 inches includes the seam allowance. So after that, I'm going to take the full back. Our full back is 8.5. So 8.5 divided by 2 is giving us 4 1/4. So I marked for 1/4 and added 3/4 inch for seam allowance for the sleeve. So after that, I'm going to mark the chest line. The chest line we are using is 6 inches. So I marked the 6 inches and drew a straight line. Then remember the shoulder we used total plus the seam allowance is 5. So I had to mark 5 inches at the chest line to draw a straight line. Next, we are taking 2 3/4 for the neck width, and the back neck depth we are using 2 inches, while the front neck depth we are using 3 inches. So we are going to use our armhole curve to connect the lines. So after connecting the lines, we have the neck depth for the front and for that of the back. So we are going to take our shoulder slant of 3/4 and we'll connect it to the neck width. After that, we are going to take the bust circumference. So her bust circumference is 5 3/4 plus 2 inches, give us 7 3/4. After marking it, we are going to use our armhole curve to connect that armhole area to that point. Next, we are going to take the true waist length of 10 inches. On that line of 10 inches, we are going to impute the circumference of 5 3/4 plus 2 inches will give us 7 3/4 as well. So we are going to connect it to that of the chest line. Next, we are going to impute the hip circumference of 7 plus 2 inches seam allowance, which will give us total of 9. We are going to connect all the lines. So you can even decide to expand the hip area in order for you to have a good fit. Next, it is time for us to cut what we have out. So after cutting the armhole called the shoulder slant, the neck depth for the back first of all, then separate the front and cut the neck depth for the front and then cut the sides. After cutting, we are going to place what we have on our lace to cut. So I have placed the front panel to cut the fabric. So I'm cutting the neckline just exactly what we have on the pattern. That is exactly what we are going to cut on the lace fabric, because all our seam allowances are already on the bridal satin. So after cutting the front panel, we are going to cut the back panel. So see how I placed it. Try your best not to waste your fabric while cutting. So I'm going to cut the back panel to the neckline, to the zipper line, and then we are done cutting. Remember, for the back panel I folded into two, and the front too I folded into two, because the center front for the front is not having any opening, but the back is going to come out two panels because it is having a zipper allowance line. So after cutting with the lace, we are going to cut our lining exactly what we cut on the bridal and on the lace fabric. So after cutting the lace, this is what we have. So next we are going to cut our lining. So after cutting the lining, this is what we have. We'll have the front and the back panel. So we are going to remove the back panel first of all, and then we are going to talk about the front panel. So this is the front panel first of all. We are going to sew the lining and the bridle together all round the outfit. Okay, after joining it together as one, then we are going to place the lining on top of the lace in front, right side facing right side. We'll sew the neckline, we'll sew the side, and then we are going to turn it from the downside. We'll iron it and bring it. So this is the back panel. We are going to do the same from the zipper allowance line. We are joining the bridle and the lace together. we are going to use our sewing machine to secure each of them. So next, I'm going to place my lining on top of each of the panels for the back. I'm going to arrange it very well. After placing it and arranging it, I'm going to use my sewing machine to sew the neckline, the zipper line, and the side. Okay, after sewing, I will turn it from the downside and iron it. I'll do the same for this other panel, the neckline, the side, and I will turn it and iron it. So we are done turning the linings for both the front and the back panel. So for the front panel, I had to put the darts. Okay, so we also fixed that for one of the side for the back. So we are going to teach us now how to install our darts on this other side. So I placed my tape from the shoulder tip, and then I measured 6 inches, and then I measured the half length or the true waist length of 11 inches, and then I marked for 4 inches from that point of 6 to the true waist length to the full length of the blouse for 4 inches plus the zipper allowance. Then I drew a straight line to connect those points. After connecting those points, the true waist length, which is 11 inches, I'm going to mark half inch on those areas on the two sides. After marking it, I'm going to hold it from that point of 6 inches to the true waist length. I'm going to fold it into two, just the way I'm doing. I'll place it in my sewing machine, and then I'm going to sew the tip tiny, then the true waist length half an inch, and then tiny downwards. After that, I will iron it. Next, we are going to fix our zipper to the back of the dress. Okay, so in order for us to achieve that, from the downside, I'm going to go up by 2.5 inches, and then from that 2.5, I'm going to mark 1 inch. Remember, we added zipper allowance of 1.5, so that 1.5 we used half an inch to turn the lining. We are left with 1 inch. So at that line of 1 inch, I'm going to place my zipper, and then we are going to sew it with our sewing machine. So I'm going to use my pin to secure it. So have secured it just the way I secure it. That is exactly how I am going to sew it. After sewing that part, I'm going to place the other part again. Make sure the down part aligns with the first one that you've sewn, and then I'm going to pin it with 1 inch again for the zipper allowance line, and then I'm going to use my pin to secure it. After securing it with my pin, I will sew it with my sewing machine just the way it is. So when you turn it to the back, this is what you are going to see. You use your iron to iron it out. After that, this is how the front is going to look like. So next, you are going to open your zipper, and then you do the finishing at the upper part. So fold the zipper inwards and sew it all the way down. After sewing it, flip it to the neck area, and then top stitch it at the upper part. We are going to do the same for this other side. Okay, next it's time for us to sew the upper part, that is the shoulder, for the front and that of the back. So there are two ways you can do it. You can decide to flip one over to the other side to sew it, or you are sewing bridle to bridle and the lace to lace. So sew it straight and do the same for the other part. Okay, next I'm going to input my measurement for the two sides. I will couple it. After coupling, this is what we have, and the sleeve is already done. So I'm going to put the link on the description box on how to make this sleeve. So I'm going to open the zipper allowance for the back, but before then, I'm going to take the measurement for the full back. So her full back is 8.5. After marking 8.5, I have 2 inches on the shoulder. So we are going to use 1 inch on both sides. Okay, so mark 1 inch on this side and use 1 inch on the other side. I'm going to open the zipper for the back after marking the allowance that we are using for the sleeve. So turn the material or the blouse to the back side and then open your zipper. After opening the zipper, I'm going to pick the sleeve and then use the circumference of the armhole to fix the sleeve. So in order for us to do that, I'm going to pick the sleeve and then place the sleeve on top of the shoulder. Okay, right side facing each other. Then use your pin to secure it. After securing it all the way round, use your sewing machine to sew it just exactly the way it is. So I will do this and do the next, and then I will pipe it and show you. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post simple beginner friendly sewing videos every week. See you in my next tutorial. I am Lois Ada.